Hey everyone, this is Matt, and in today's video, I'm bringing you my reaction to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, I guess, December ban list. Yeah, so for those of you playing Master Duel, there was recently a notification letting us know that, hey, there's going to be a new ban list soon, taking into effect November 30th. Okay, so yeah, it looks like the monthly ban list is a regular thing now with Master Duel. I wish that we had a monthly ban list in the TCG because God knows the TCG desperately needs like monthly ban lists. Like the TCG is in such shambles right now. It's like Issues of Tier Limits is just an absurd deck. Like it's just anyway. I'm not gonna get into that, but yeah, I already looked through this list, so this is not my first initial reaction, but this is my thoughts after checking it out. So let's go through it. So cards for which the number of copies will be lifted. So Magical Meltdown. So Magical Meltdown has been at 2 in Master Duel, and it's now going to 3. Um, I've always said that a Magical Meltdown is kind of an unhealthy card and should have been at 1 in the TCG. Like, yeah, no one's playing Invoke right now, but and Invoked is not nowhere near the top of the like the best decks. But I don't know, just in principle, like some of these field spells that exist out there, man, are just so freaking broken. Like they need to be at 1, like most of them, Meltdown especially. But whatever, lifting it to 3, I don't think is gonna really change the meta that much. I mean, I already saw a few invoked like Kotalker decks, but they're not they haven't really done much. So yeah, who cares? Uh, Cards be semi-limited. Gen X Ally Birdman, don't care. Galatea, Orcus Automaton, don't care. And Anti-Spell Fragrance. Anti-Spell Fragrance is the most interesting one of these. So, I've mentioned in many other videos that I've made, Anti-Spell Fragrance is kind of a bait card. Like, I mean, it's completely useless going second, right? It's literally a brick going second. Going first, it's only good if you have like one of those degenerate combo decks that can just like OTK like Sword Soul or whatever. Like basically it's a card that like if you have a deck that can OTK and you just delay your opponent from building their board for 1 turn by just flipping anti-spell, you can just kill them, right? Like so on that in that note, like yeah, anti-spell is kind of stupid and unhealthy for the game. So whatever, like some people say it should be banned. I don't actually care because I typically play control decks, but it's a bait when I hear people asking me, "Oh, why don't you play Anti-Spell Fragrance and Eldritch?" Because it sucks. That's why. Okay, it's not good. Like again, we are not like control decks like Eldritch or Guru, or whatever, Subterror. They are not OTK decks. Stopping them 1 turn from playing spells is not gonna suddenly allow me to kill them on the next turn. Like it's just gonna delay like their full turn by one turn, right? So I mean, the fact that it's at 2 means that hopefully that'll force those Eldritch and other control players who have been running anti-spell to cut down their copies from 3 to 2 because it's for your own good. It's for your own good that you're running 1 fewer anti-spell. Trust me, you do not want to be running this freaking card. Like if you're afraid of back row clear, there's so much better cards. Solemn Judgment, Lord of the Heavenly Prison, Starlight Road, the big revolution is over. Like there's so many other cards that can stop or respond or whatever to back row clear. That anti spell should not be your go-to, right? Um. Anyway, so yeah, it's semi-limited. Whatever. It literally changes nothing. Like we're not running it anyway. Card is overrated. Forbidden. Oh, this is the spicy one. Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. G. Rip in peace, Fluanderies. So, all right. So this is I have mixed feelings about this. On one hand, I'm a Fluanderies enjoyer. I like that Flu can use this card, can search it, uh, can basically force games to end like immediately, right? Because let's be honest, grinding Master Duel like on the rank ladder is such a grind. Because see, the problem I have with Master Duel is that the animation speed is so painfully slow, right? Like one of the reasons I try to avoid playing Eldritch um, in this current season is because Eldritch is not really in a good spot where we could like flip 1 card and then the opponent insta scoops unless it's like Tikaboo against Flu or something, right? But like in general, Like, back when we were in the Witcher Strike days, where flip Witcher Strike just win instantly. It was great, right? I would just get through. I would just speed through these duels and just get to diamond like in less than a day, right? Um, so part of the appeal to me for switching over to play Flu is because like, Flu, you either giga bricked and just scooped, or you didn't giga brick and then you popped off, or you didn't giga brick, but then your opponent had like 2 or 3 hand traps and then just stopped you, and then you lost anyway. Like duels were quick, right? You'd be over like turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 would be over, right? And Barrier Statue of Storm wouldn't help that. Now is Flu gonna be unplayable? No. There's still D shifter folks. Like, okay, like Barrier Statue is a floodgate. Oh, people are normal. Like, uh, but the thing is, Flu isn't even that big of a problem right now. It's A, it's not the best deck. B, everyone and their mother is running Ash and Imperm because of Brandon Despia. It's like it's not easy for Flu to build their board to begin with because Ash and Imperm exist, right? It's like, all right, to stop or defend against Ash and Imperm, you need both map and you need Advent Adventure, and the bird that you draw with map better be Eaglin, right? Because if it's not, then they're still gonna Ash your Eaglin, right? Because you can't chain block it. So, and because like the Samorg package, like the Bird of Perfection, does not chain block in the way that it does in the TCG, you can't really protect against Ash. So, Flu is already like not that great, honestly. It had its map moved to 2. It lost 2 pots of prosperity. It's got to use extrav now. It was not a problem. Like, so I don't think this change was necessary. However, so that's one argument. On the other hand, I think that searchable floodgates are kind of too strong, right? So being able to search a floodgate is not good for the game. So the fact that this is the most searchable floodgate monster, right? It can be searched off of the Simorg Link 3. It can be searched off of Robina, right? Does make it a problem. So I can see why you would want to ban it, right? So I'm not totally opposed to this being banned. It just means that Flu will go from a tier 1 deck to a tier 2 deck, right? It'll drop, you'll still be able to D-shifter, you'll still be able to make M-Pen shut down Link monsters and whatever, still be able to Rise on their turn once or maybe twice, or Apex Avion on their turn once or possibly twice, right? So it'll still be a playable deck. It'll just be a lot weaker. Plus, it's like, I'll just replace this Barrier Statue of Storm with like Rivalry of Warlords or something, right? It's like Flu can play Floodgates, folks. Like, instead of playing this Floodgate, which is searchable, maybe I'll just play Rivalry or Grave of the Super Ancient Organism or D-Shifter, or sorry, D-Barrier, right? Or Macrocosmos. So there will always be a Floodgates that Flu can run in place of this. It just won't be as searchable. Although, Pot of Duality, Pot of Extrav, Pot of Prosperity is still a thing. So, anyway. Yeah. Interesting. I guess, like, this is fine. I'm not totally opposed to it. I just feel like there were bigger problems at hand, right? I still think Brandon Despia is a little too consistent. They should have put Brandon opening to 1 instead of 2. Pendulums are starting to become an annoyance since they got a lot more support. I don't know. I feel like maybe Electromite should go. We don't have Electromite in the TCG. But, I don't know. Also, one other thing to consider about Flu and Barrier Statue of Stormwinds. Folks, I don't know if you're aware of what's happening in TCG, but we're in a Tier 0 format. A format that will slowly arrive in Master Duel. So the dark future of Ishizu Tier Elements is looming over us here on Master Duel like it has consumed the TCG. And unless they release tier or Ishizu Tier Elements with a lot of nerfs and bans and limits or whatever, the only deck that can stand up to that deck is unfortunately Flandry. So yeah, if you're playing TCG right now, you're either playing Ishizu Tier Elements or you're playing Flandries. Those are like the best 2 decks, and it's like Tier 0. It's like Ishizu Tier Elements way up here, and then Flu like kind of like noticeably down here. But at least Flu can actually do something against them, thanks to cards like D-Shifter, D-Fisher, Barrier Statue, right? Very important to stopping Ishizu Tier Elements, right? Obviously, you're fighting cancer with cancer. True, but I'm just saying, like, careful what you wish for, right? But, yeah, hopefully Konami, even though this is overall a positive change for the game, Konami better be careful when Issues and Tier Limits comes around. So yeah, interesting ban list. Yeah, I guess we'll be seeing less tier. I mean, less flu on the rank ladder, which is I'm okay with. Because again, I already like made a flu deck. I already got it to Diamond 1, and I did it before the quick play spell even came out. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a good format to run Flu Rhino because of the fact that everyone's playing Ash Imperm. Once we move away from that a format where everyone's playing Ash Imperm, then like I would recommend playing Flu. But right now, like literally everyone and their mother is playing Ash Imperm. You should be playing decks that do not play Ash or Imperm. Like speaking of Imperm, Imperm was already dealing with Bear Statue. Oh, you're going second. You just activate Imperms. Start your turn. Like immediately negate Bear Statue and then proceed with your turn. Right. Same with like Droplet. So there were already ways to deal with Wind Barrier, but whatever. Um, yeah, you shouldn't be playing Flu right now anyway because of how everyone is deck building. But anyway, all right. Well, yep, that was my reaction. Yeah, I'm thinking about if the rank ladder resets, what am I going to climb with for next season? Thinking about maybe doing Umi Control. Right, Umi Control seems kind of fun. Uh, it can run TC Boo. Right. Can't really run. I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll run Gravekeepers, right? Especially no, not Gravekeepers, because Pendulums don't care about the graveyard. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I'll figure out what I'm gonna climb with for next season. Maybe Eldritch. It depends. Again, it depends how the format shapes up, what floodgates become good, what playstyles dominate, right? And then that'll kind of like clue me on what should I play next season once the ladder resets, and then I have to climb up again. But anyway, all right. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and see you in the next video. Peace.